wouldn't pick anyone specifically. You know, it'd be an honour to compete with anyone. There's no one out there, you know, who I would single out. On any given day, it could change.
Yeah.
But I mean, keep it short. Like, look, remember Vanderlei Silva and Brian Stan in Japan this year?
Yeah.
I mean, I reffed that match, and also reffed Carlos Condit and Johnny Hendricks in Canada.
Yeah.
Now, funnily enough, both those fights were voted number 1 and number 2 of the fights of the year. I'd probably have to say, I mean, up close and personal, that I'd probably have to say Kung Lee over Rich Franklin.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Franklin, but that was devastating, you know, as well as spectacular.
Yeah. What about submission?
Oh, blimey, too many to
Yeah.
like, especially doing the Brazil cards, you know, they're like they're 10 a penny over there, and too many skilled guys to single one out, I think. No, never. After the fight is my time for appreciation.
Yeah.
During the fight, I mean, I'm subconsciously I may say to myself, that was nice, that was this, that was that. But it's so hard to explain that when I'm in there, I'm like, you know, the peripherals, my vision switched on, and obviously I'm taking in what's happening in front of me. But at the same time, I'm not looking at that fight with a, you know, sat nice and comfortable with a beer in my hand with my friend. You know, it's a huge honour and a privilege wherever I do it, no matter where it is in the world.
Yeah.
And of course, getting that level of recognition and more importantly, that level of trust was not the first time I got a main event. It's a special moment and one that I'll never forget. It depends on the commission. Some do. Look at Kimbo.
Yeah.
You know, the two things. You see him fight with a beard.
Yeah.
It didn't help him when he got knocked out. You know, I don't think a big beard. You know, it may look good for certain people. I don't think it helps. But in terms of appearance and stuff, that would solely be down to the commission. If I take a point, you best believe you earned it. And I will take into consideration, obviously, the severity, not just of what you did, but what it could have led to. You know, if it was something completely blatant, if you're Superman on the fence or whatever. I mean, generally, or if it's like a flagrant foul, then I won't have to give you a warning. But if I'm persistently giving you warnings 2 or 3 times, you know, I always say, like, on the 3rd time, if I'm coming in to say the same thing, you're not listening to me. Look, hindsight's wonderful. You know, as a referee, you don't get it. You know, you got to make your call there and then. And at that time, look, if I look back on it, I'm looking at it completely differently. So I could say what I wanted. I could say it was early. I could say it was late. But at the time I made the call, I'm basing it on exactly what I saw. The fight will always say is okay. That's what they do. Early, late, damned if you do, damned if you don't. They tell me how well I've done. Look. If there's something specific happened in a fight and I wasn't sure of something, then of course, you know, I said I'm my own biggest critic. I'll go back. And athletic commissions, of course, that's their job. Maybe the downward elbow rule. Because I think, you know, at times I never saw anybody finished by a downwards elbow to the legs, to the body, to the arms. You know, that's probably something I would change. Just having the privilege of, and you know, and being afforded the opportunity to see countries that are probably outside of this may not have ever got to visit. If I'm going to start anywhere with regulatory affairs, you know, you best believe it's on fighter safety. You know, of course, you've got all the other variables of what happens on a show day, weigh-in, obviously refs, judges, training, this and the other, but come fight time, really, you know, I'm not saying it goes out the window, refs and judges are critical, but nothing will ever nothing will ever overcome fighter safety. People lose sight of the fact that we're a baby sport. This is an infant sport in the UK, globally. You know, no matter which way you cut it up, we haven't been around that long. And obviously that shows the way things work in the UK. You can do what you want when you want. It's not like America. It's not like other countries in Europe where the sport's banned or where you can't just have an unlicensed fight combat event. Call it what you like, do what you like. You know, it's both good and bad. You know, you have the freedom to do as you please, but certain people will obviously take that to the nth degree and abuse it. Yes, a baseline, and yes, a set of guidelines and a governing body to conform to would only be a good thing. Yes, I do run a seminar, and most people, I think most people widely accept it, you know, as a good base level. And then what the same as I say to everyone, don't run before you can walk. You know, if you're not involved in the sport, get involved in the sport. If you don't, I'm not saying you have to be a fighter, you have to be this, that, but train. You know, you have to have an insight of some description, and get to your local show. Get to know the guys, get to know them, offer your services. That's the biggest thing is, for me, I always say to the guys on the seminar, it's time and experience.